said forever when I said I do. Now I'm sitting here wondering what I'm supposed to do. Said you'd never leave, now I sleep on one side. But my girls pulled up and I still got my pride. I got sisters who see through the pain. Wipe my tears, help me dance in the rain. Even when love walks out and the world gets cold, I got hearts by my side that'll never fold. We cry, we fight, we laugh, still true. I might have lost us, but I still got my crew. We cry together, we try together.
Hey, shout out to EJ, the TV Junkie, also known as TV Junkie EJ, with the intros, y'all. What is good? What is good? What is good, ladies? We are here for a crazy conversation, an entertaining conversation. I felt like it was touching home on some of this one little episode situations, but it's all good. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have some fun. And of course, we got Lighten Up with Letitia in the building. What is good, ladies? What is good?
Hey, y'all.
Hey, I'm the hype man.
Glad to be back.
Listen, wait till the
Glad to be back.
It's gonna be on and popping. Prepare to be sick of me. That's all I'm saying. But we're here to talk about Divorce Sistas. We're here to talk about Divorce Sistas. And tonight we are going. The episode was The Pretty Lady. So it's season 1, episode 1, entitled Pretty Lady from Tyler Perry's Divorce Sistas. So we're gonna go ahead and start with Letitia. What was your initial thought about just another Tyler Perry sister style type show?
Well, you know what? I am not really a watcher of the first Sisters show. I've seen a couple of episodes here and there, but I'm not that familiar with it. But they came in hot with the first episode. So I was definitely like, okay, they about this drama, and here we go.
And what about you, EJ?
Listen, you already know I was here for it. As somebody who wanted to be in the realm of the original Sisters, but I just started way too late, and they had way too many episodes going on, and I just tapped out and was like, I don't know if I can watch 100 episodes of this. So right. I was excited about this because, first of all, had my girl Latoya Texas in the building, already all day, and so I was like excited about that. But I really enjoyed this first episode. I'm really glad that I decided to go ahead and, dive into this. I mean, honestly, they was bringing the drama and I was here for it. I love me some drama, so I'm here for it. I cannot wait to go on this wild roller coaster of a ride.
Okay, for sure. And before we continue, we have the one and only Tamika's Dent in the building. So we're going to go ahead and bring her on in and get her, reaction or her initial thoughts and reaction to this whole Divorce Sisters. How you doing, Tamika?
Hey y'all. Hello.
Hey.
I liked it. This was a nice little intro. They got me intrigued. I want to see what else is going to be going on. We know we're going to have some messiness and foolishness already.
Of course. And besides all of the, I love supporting those actors and all those different people we've seen in other projects. I'm gonna just quickly name a few. Of course, we got Bolo. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. That man name is Michael Bolware. We got him in Sisters, and we got also our boy George Pierre V. Johnson, EJ from
number 2.
So, it's some familiar faces. Of course, I love Jennifer Sears. Like, she's been in some of everything. Like, she don't get her shine, but she has been in so many different projects. And so I'm just super excited. And of course, Latoya Luckett, everybody, even Kadeem, like, I was like, okay, girl, okay, you're not just Zach's wife, you know what I mean? You're not, and I'm going to just say this real quick, and then we're going to get into the episode. But I love that she is stepping out of that environment where she literally put, and she says this, she put basically her whole life on hold to, have a family, to get married, to do those things. So I'm just super excited to see that she is able to step out there in the world. Not that he was holding her back, but it was a sacrifice that she made. And I'm just super excited that, she's going, she's stepping out there and doing her thing. And also, real quickly, this thing right here, this Divorce Sistas, is executive produced by her husband, DeVal Ellis, as well as our girl Fatima, aka Crystal Renee. She is an executive producer on this one as well. So I'm just super excited for all the shenanigans, y'all. What up, Candy Love? I see you in the comments. And for those of you that are watching and not saying anything, we do appreciate you. As I always say, your presence is definitely our present. Okay. So y'all know I'll talk all day. So let's just get into this episode. Okay, see, that ain't what I wanted, but I'm gonna do it like this. Here we go. All right, ladies. So it starts off, these two ladies having a conversation. We have Geneva and we have Tiffany. They're just having a conversation. Geneva's getting ready to go out of town. Her and her husband, they're planning to go to Italy. And this is her first time, being away from the baby. And so she's like, Tiffany, her friend who has a child that's in college, out of her house. She's a divorcee, but she's willing to babysit the baby girl until, till they come back from out of town. And that's what, basically that's what their conversation was really about. But that was also low-key messy. Like, y'all gossiping about y'all friends. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna calm down because it's some more shenanigans gonna play out. So EJ, this just the dynamic, the conversation, the relationship that these two ladies have, and they talk about their 20-year plus friendship. What were your thoughts about just them initially?
Well, again, I wanted to see, we know that there are always going to be friends that gravitate towards each other. There are always going to be certain friends and friend groups where it's going to be a few of them that are going to be closer to this one, and there's going to be some that are closer to this one, even though they're all friends. And that's the initial feel that I got from them, is that they are a little bit closer than maybe what their friend group is going to be. You can just see it right from the jump. So I was excited to get that right from the jump. Plus, I just want to say this real quick, because let me tell y'all, like, honestly, I know that Kadeen has like a long resume just of things that she's done, like her podcast and all these other things that she does. But I did not know that she was going to be this great as an actress. She just kind of flows in with the flow of it. And I just thought she did such an amazing job. Like, I couldn't tell that she hadn't been in a bunch of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, She did a great job on this. So anyway, I just wanted to say that real quick. But yeah, I was loving the conversation. And yeah, this is typical friends though. You always gonna have them friends that be talking about the other friends, even if it's not malicious, just having a conversation about their business instead of your own business. So, there's that. And we did learn that old girl had been out of her relationship for 3 years. She ain't dated in a minute.
Yeah, but why should you say 3 months? And Tamika, any particular thoughts just on, just the whole intro, these two ladies connecting, we're kind of experiencing or learning the nature of their relationship. So any particular thoughts on them?
Yeah, I agree with EJ. Usually when it's a group of friends, you may have 2 or 3 that's a little bit more closer, even though we all cool. But some of us is a little closer than others. I think she said something about calling was it Naomi the devil? And then she was pretty much like, oh, you sure? Yeah, okay, or something. I'm paraphrasing, but it was like, yeah, she's still my girl, but we ain't really messing with each other like that, so to speak. But it's still all love. It's been over 20 years, or whatever the case may be. And sometimes sisters, friends, we have our disagreements and our things that spread us apart or bring us together. So I like that they was kind of talking about that off the back, but we was definitely being messy. And then the teacher came and she was even messy.
Absolutely. And I wanted you to lead with this one, Letitia. Like, messy or just being concerned. What's this teacher come, her coming up, letting Geneva know, girl, yeah, your husband has been up here, and I've only seen the nanny, and you should come more often. Like, was she being messy, or was she being concerned? And then everybody else, Letitia, EJ, and then Tamika, we already know you said she was being messy.
Yes, the teacher was throwing low key shade. She definitely was being messy. I mean, but you can have truth in your messiness. It will be nice to see you. You are the other parent. But she was to the reason why I feel like she was so messy though was because you don't know the circumstance as to why she couldn't have been there. You know, maybe he's just more of the available parent, and that's okay because nobody says anything when it's the other way around. If it was her husband pulling up, she wouldn't have been like, "Oh, it would be nice to see both parents." No, it's because we're always looked at as women. It is our responsibility to make sure that we're there for our kids, and it is. But you don't know the dynamics of everybody's home. So she was just being messy, and in my opinion, didn't know all of what's going on. Or maybe she was just throwing shade because maybe she, do a little flirty flirt with the daddy.
Right.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, I agree with Letitia. She was definitely being messy. This was definitely no concern at all. And I do agree, two things can be true, but I really feel like she is definitely on the higher side of being messy in this particular conversation. And it's just because it wasn't needed. You really don't know what this woman has going on. You really don't know if she is the main breadwinner in her family. Therefore, she may be unavailable. And in this day and age that we're in at this point, roles are reversed a lot nowadays. But we know that people look at the dynamics of the home as the woman should be the one doing this, that, and the third, and all of this. And I agree with Letitia. This would have never been a conversation had this have been a father. They would have just naturally thought that he was, taking care of business and providing for home. And I just think that there are going to be so many conversations that we're going to be able to have around this show because I see so many relatable moments as far as just dynamics are concerned. I mean, a lot of this is so relatable to me because I was like, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of homes like this now, a lot of them. And I love it, to be honest. I think that it's about time that we see a reverse in roles to a certain extent because we don't know how involved she is. We just know that she ain't got time to be at the school because she might be in court somewhere. Come on, lady.
Yeah.
Yes, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Definitely messy. I mean, and then she like on that messy side, she could be like, you might want to come up here and check on your man because he, saying without saying. I'm just saying, but anyway, another messy and concerned conversation. Tamika, they have the ladies are on the phone, they're having a conversation. We are introduced to Bridgette, and Bridgette is saying, girl, I think it's some going on with the pastor and Rasheda. Are they messy or are they just concerned? I know they're her girls, but the way they doing is like sneak questioning. Like, are they messy or are they just concerned?
It's giving a little bit of both. Like EJ just said, two things could be true at the same time because I think what we heard, I was paying attention to what they was naming the people or saying what was the person kind of, I guess they trait. And for Bridgette, it said loose lips. Like, you don't want to say nothing around her because she ain't gonna hold water. That I remembered about her.
Right.
So, but she did seem like she was genuinely concerned. Like, she knows there's something wrong. She ain't really saying, and she trying to figure out if they know or if we can all kind of talk to her. She don't want to talk right now. Something is definitely happening. We don't know exactly what it is, but we know it's something.
Right. Anybody else have any thoughts on this introduction? This is the way we're basically introduced to Bridgette. Anyone else had any particular thoughts on the conversation as well as our girl Bridgette? And shout out to Jen.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
No.
I actually had a comment about Geneva actually, because just a few minutes ago, she was saying, no, I don't want to hear it. No, like she was drawing a boundary, like, let us not talk about our friend. And as soon as they get on the phone, it's like, okay, what's going on? What's going on with Rasheda? It's like, you know what?
Right.
In all fairness, Bridget is very busybody. Okay, but I think it comes out of genuine concern. Like she's her friend. I really think something is going on, and I felt like she was kind of like rallying the troops, like y'all be ready for something that might go down or whatever, because I really think something's going on. So just be on standby so we can support Rasheda with whatever she needs. So yeah, messy, definitely messy, but I think this is commonplace for a larger friend group, and I mean a larger like because in this case, I think it's 5 of them. So, I think that's pretty commonplace. It's going to be some side conversations, but I think everybody means well for the most part. We'll see.
Right. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Anybody else before we dive into the pastor? Oh my God.
I'm ready to get to this pastor. Let's go ahead. Go ahead, girl.
Listen. All we know is that pastor, yeah, he pastoring, but he disrespectful. He's talking down to her. I'm like, what is going on? Why is it that it's like everything that she's saying, oh, it's a joke. Oh, she gonna be up there preaching for about 3 hours. You got to make the time for her. And I'm just like, where is the love? Like, what is going on? EJ, start with you, and then Tamika and Letitia, y'all take it away.
Yeah, first and foremost, Pastor Jeff can kick rocks for all I give a darn. I can't stand Pastor Rocks. I can't stand Pastor Jeff at this moment. From the moment that we meet him, he comes off condescending. He comes off like someone who feels like he has reached a level where he's no longer accessible in a sense. You know what I mean? Like you're making fun of your wife in front of other people, and in a business environment. It would be different if we were maybe in a friend environment. It was a little teasing going on and it was something playful, but this wasn't playful. This was you just being disrespectful. With what he does, other people are going to follow. When you're in a room with people like this right here, when you're conducting a meeting that is a business, then you're the leader, right? So therefore, the respect that you give to her is the same respect that they're going to give to her. And we saw that in his little assistant, who I just wanted to jump through the TV and wring his neck, because he feels like you're doing it. Then shoot, you don't respect her. Why I gotta listen to her? Why I have to respect her? And I don't like that he's setting that tone, because why? It's unnecessary, because we know, goodness doggone well, we ain't even have to see this long enough to know that typically in these type of environments, especially when it's something like this, that woman is a strong backbone for you. And I guarantee you that a lot of people in that church are there because of her, 100%. And can't nobody tell me different. That's all I got, Tika. I'm sorry. I'm going to say the rest of it.
No, girl, you good. Tamika, then Letitia.
Yeah, I felt like he was talking at her, not to her, and it was definitely a disconnect, and he was just oblivious, or he didn't want to see it, or he really don't see it. He don't see what he's doing wrong. And then when he does catch up with that, she giving him right there is like, oh, I'm just joking, what's wrong? But obviously you're not. That's the way that you really feel, and you didn't have enough respect to pretty much what EJ was saying, like not even doing it in front of people. It's not even like it's just y'all two by yourselves. And so even though we don't know the full thing that's happening with this marriage, we can definitely see that is a disconnect there, and something else is going on. Something just ain't right in my Key Sweat voice.
Okay, these church folks, you couldn't pay me enough to be a first lady. And this is just one of the reasons why. Now, it would be different if her role as the first lady was dutiful and she just, she go over here with the women's ministry and she do that. Clearly, though, her sitting at the table signifies that she has a say-so, or they think, or she believes she has a say-so. So if you brought her to the table, then she should have a voice like everybody else. So you undermining her, talking all crazy, talking at her, being disrespectful. I feel like where you act up, because I feel like she had a lot of restraint, and she talked to him afterwards. But I would warn him, you keep on then I'm gonna let you have it at the table. You let me have it at the table, I'm gonna let you have it at the table. Again, why you couldn't pay me enough to be somebody's first lady? Because they will be like, you're gonna be excommunicated. They're gonna kick me out, and it's just gonna be the end because you don't talk to your wife like that. You know what I'm saying? How are you showing compassion for the people and all this other kind of stuff, but you disrespectful to your wife? What kind of shepherd is that? I can't. So no, Doctor. I mean not Doctor, but what's
Jeff,
his name? I was about to call him Divine. Lord Jesus, what is his name? Pastor. What's his name?
Jeff
Jeff.
Pastor
Jefferson,
Jeff.
Jeff,
Yeah. Okay, Pastor Jeff.
But I think, I'm gonna just say this
I'm
and
cute.
I'm gonna leave it alone. But I don't think it's the matter of being a pastor's wife or first lady. I don't think it's the man. It's not, because I know a lot of male pastors that lead with compassion when they lead with intimacy when they're speaking to their wives. They don't just, talk at them. They don't just make demands and belittle. And I think it's just it depends on the man. And if a real man, a real pastor, a servant of the one up above, is gonna put them that church in check and be like, look, this is my first lady. Show her respect, the same respect that I show her. Y'all show her that same respect. So I just think it's the man, and he looking like a dirtbag right now. Pastor Dirtbag gonna be his new name. But Tamika, did you have anything to say?
No, I said something.
Oh, okay, girl. I'm slow and my brain old and everything. but moving right along, y'all. Hopefully we'll figure out what's really going on between the pastor and First Lady Rasheda. But at the end of the day, she hurt by this whole situation. And of course, her assistant, who is also her friend Bridgette, goes in there and talks to her. And are you okay? And like you said, like one of y'all, was it Letitia or EJ? One of y'all was saying that Bridgette was rallying the girls in advance because she knew that there was something that wasn't quite right. And so she definitely goes in there and has a conversation with her. And, she's saying, well, I can't really, basically I can't leave right now. I got this counseling session I got to do. I'll meet you. You don't have to go to the house and get my clothes ready. I'll handle that. You just go do whatever it is you got to do. But of course, before that happens, of course, they got to call the girls and let the girls know, hey, this is what had happened. And of course, initially, Bridgette was like, no, I didn't say anything. And of course, she done lied. Yeah, you did say something, Bridgette. Like you did tell that there was trouble in paradise. But of course, the ladies, they're there. And I don't know about Geneva's. Her facial expressions is giving shady to me, but I'm a hold tight and I'm gonna just give her some grace that, that's just the friend that she is. Tamika, any particular thoughts on just this whole conversation between the friend group?
I mean, I appreciate that they picked up on it because there's another sister show that I've watched sometimes that I say, y'all been friends for how long and you can't see this? Because I know it's sometimes my friend will call me out of nowhere or I call her out of nowhere and it's like, girl, you must have felt me. And if we making a face or anything, we ain't even got to say what it is. We ain't even got to be crying. They was like, what's going on, girl? I know something wrong. So I do appreciate that they showed that dynamic that obviously they could pick up on it. Even when she came in the room and she's asking her, are you okay? And she's like, no. She's like, well, that was a dumb question. Obviously, you're not okay. You sitting here in tears. And, if they've been friends as long as they are, I think they would be able to pick up too, whether she give them all the info or not. They may not know everything that's going on, like I was saying before, but they pretty much know it's something. And I did feel like Geneva was giving a little bit of shade. And we know sometimes, even though these is our friends, we may not care for their husband or their man that they got. We be like, okay, girl, that's who you wanted. But, we already seen it was going to be something with him. It might have been some warnings down the line or something. We don't really know yet because we haven't got that deep into it. But it definitely may be a situation like that. Just like she right off the bat was like, I know you're not inviting Franklin because we already know that we don't want to have Franklin and Naomi in the same damn room because
Right.
they divorce was bad. So sometimes, that's another thing. Now we got breakups and all of us was friends together. So how's that dynamic when you got to still come around? that gets messy too and complicated and awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's another thing too. I don't like that she's having to choose between her friend and the ex-husband. You know what I mean? I don't like that he made that a choice, for her. So now she's trying to figure out how she's gonna uninvite Naomi to the shindig, to the church situation. Any thoughts on that moment? Or Letitia? I don't know where EJ at.
I was just thinking that, like Tamika was saying, the dynamics with Geneva and Rasheda, we don't know their backstory quite yet, and it's possible, sometimes friend groups might have a competition thing, but also you're right though, because if she was the friend that was kind of the I told you about that fool before, you know what I'm saying, she is not going to be quite as compassionate about the situation. She rolling her eyes because she's like, girl, how many times we gonna have to deal with this, and then sometimes it's just like that. But yeah. But then we're gonna have to discuss, Naomi, and why we can't just be straight with her. But we'll see. We'll talk about it later when she come up.
That part. Shout out to the chat for chatting, for tapping in with us. Let me get here real quick and then we're gonna continue. I saw Candy, so shout out to her again. Shout out to River Mandela. River Mandela says, I have never seen this show. Are you guys enjoying the show? Are y'all enjoying the show so far? First episode in?
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, I'm ready for episode 2.
Same.
Right, that part. And yes, marriage is definitely a partnership. It's a partnership, it's a matter of communication. Listen, I'm gonna just say this. I can't get nobody marriage advice because I'm not married. I can't get nobody dating advice because sometimes I date. Anyway, that's beside the point. I'm just saying it's a situation that's gonna come up in this whole thing where I'm gonna question, is it, are you authorized to give any kind of relationship advice? And we're gonna talk about our girl right here. But before we get into the whole relationship advice and all of that, hello, Stephanie Wilson. But this is the moment where she's Tiffany and Geneva, they just doing that little thing because they had a little moment outside, y'all. But we're gonna talk about how Naomi just was pissed that they're telling her, or Geneva is telling her, hey girl, you need to just let that go, let that situation go. It's a lawsuit that's going on with Naomi. She trying to sue somebody and her ex, and she just won't leave it alone. But she's telling her, to leave that situation alone. The reason I didn't put Naomi right here, because we got some things to talk about Naomi in just 1 second. But before we do that, while she in everybody else's business, her baby girl, let me see if this is the right slide, y'all. Her baby girl done messed around. She done messed around and said, mommy, wait, let me get the words right. Damn, you fine. Daddy's been telling somebody, damn, you fine. And the baby has gone home to the mama and repeated that. She was playing around with her 2 little baby dolls and she repeated that. And mama was like, wait, what? Who? Oh, he was saying mama fine. No, not you, the pretty lady at the school. You only 5. You can't say that. You can't talk like that. Well, tell daddy to stop telling the pretty lady that. I'm like, baby girl is just telling it all. So we go from the EJ to Letitia back to Tamika. This moment. What was y'all thinking?
Kids are snitches. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Kids are the biggest snitches out there in the world, and it's always so fun because you can't get mad at them because dang it, they kids. But baby girl said, look, daddy said it, I'm gonna say it. because listen, I got these two little dolls, and listen, you fine. And what I love about this character so far is that she go into like she questioning. Now, a lot of people would say that's a kid. Don't question. I'll be damned if I'm not questioning this kid. This kid brought it up, and dang it, we got to talk about it. Let me just ask you, and I ain't gonna go too hard on the kid. I ain't gonna be extra, but I am definitely gonna ask some follow-up questions just so I can get some context, so that I can get what I need, so that I can take it from there. And of course, we got Tiffany over here talking about no, ma'am. We're about to find out. Tiffany, hush. Okay. We need the rest of this information, because now I need to know what's going on. And I'm not mad at her for doing that. And I know some people ain't gonna like it, but listen, I was here for it. I approved it.
Same. I totally approved it. I would have been like, baby girl, you're gonna have to point her out to me next time we see where Maddie's mom at. Show me. Because yes. It's just better to gather information before you confront. That's all.
Exactly.
It's research.
Exactly.
And indeed, she did her research. Indeed, she did her research. Tamika, talk about her calling the school teacher that she just basically told her to get out of her face about telling me about my baby. Now you got questions. They want to have a play date. Then she asked the nanny, do you see him talking to, somebody else? And then old slick janitor, Mr. 70 plus years old, no good and well, he's not supposed to let anybody in there in the daycare after hours. But she's smooth talking, and I just need to get my baby girl's teddy bear, and she's so she won't go to sleep without it. So she literally is doing her investigation. So who did I say, Letitia? What's going on? Tamika, I'm sorry, Tamika. Yeah.
Listen, I'm definitely a detective. I'm going to detect, and I'm going to find out everything. So I don't have an issue with that part. But at the same time, girl, we just was giving the teacher the side eye. We were saying you was busy, you got this career, you ain't got time, but you sure enough made time to get over here to the school. When the teacher said, you don't call me a whole bunch of times, is everything okay? You ringing down her damn phone. Trying to make up this play date. So if you can make time for that, then you can make time for some other things now. But yeah, she was on the job. She was trying to figure out who this was, and janitor, I hope you don't get slipped up and lose your damn job for letting her come up in this damn school talking about she looking for what she said, a bear that she can't go to sleep about it. She got to have it.
And she never did look for that bear. She didn't look for that bear.
Yeah, I said,
all.
well, when the hell you gonna get to it? She over here. Oh yeah, this is her. And this is. I said, child. He couldn't catch on that it was something else going on here, but yeah, because she was gassing him up too much, so he was too lost in that.
This dude, he always got loose lips. He was also the snitch in Saints and Sinners. The one Rex had to him up, and he was in jail.
Okay, child. You got a good memory, girl.
Girl, I love Royce Reed too. She all over the place. The teacher, I see her all over the place.
Okay. So sis is she is on the prowl. She is in the investigator mode, and she found out the last name of the family was Houston. So she got the baby girl named Maddie Houston. Oh, her mama work at what they call the place? Yoga, whatever it was.
Yoga spelled backwards.
They go and spell backwards. Okay, Agoya. Thank you, Agoya. We're gonna head out to Agoya to see what's going on. Okay, so anything on this? Anybody else on last thoughts on her investigation? She's such a lawyer.
How is it? I can't even say it. Like I'm sitting up here trying to figure out yoga spelled backwards.
Agoy.
That's a crazy name. Woo. I love this part though. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because I like to be detective too, because let me find out all the information, put all the pieces together before we say anything. I'm gonna be walking around there like ain't nothing going on. I'm gonna treat you the same, all of that, till I get everything I need.
Yepers.
That part. Okay. All right. So we got the ladies. We got um Tiffany as well as Bridget, and they're at the nail shop getting their feet done, ready for the preparing for the festivities for later on that night. And there ended up this is when they have that conversation, girl, you need to get out there and start dating. That's the problem. You need to get out there and start dating. And not only did she tell her she need to get out there and start dating, then she says, but then the friend is like, what about your man? Like, is he still working? Like, what's going on with him? You all right, Tamika?
Yeah.
You okay? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Just making sure we're good over here. Um, but yeah, so do she have the right to, tell this girl about her man when she has no man and is refusing to get back out there in the streets and date? We can start with, if it's okay with Tamika, on up to EJ and then Letitia.
Everybody got that one friend that whether they got somebody or not, they always got the advice for you. They know everything for everybody else. You know how they say you could usually see other people's stuff better than you could see your own. So, there's no surprise that is one of them amongst the group. Was she justified? I don't know. That depends, I guess, on the situation. I would probably say no, but they seem like they both know how to pick each other, like, because she clearly could see that she was trying to get more dirt out of her, and then it's like, well, let me talk about you so we don't have to focus on me, and then we're gonna flip it, because of course she knows if she act like she already know what was happening with the other friend, then she could get info out of her. It's easy to get info out of Bridget.
Bridget.
When they said loose lips, they wasn't lying. But yeah, she didn't want to. She hurried up and got off of her own situation. Like, don't worry about that.
Was Tiffany justified in telling Bridget about her relationship with Vaughn when she doesn't have a man? I really think that Tiffany is by herself because she want to be at this point. I really think that she's taking the time to, some people got to take time to heal. And at this point, she say it's been 3 years. So I'm not mad at her for giving her advice. It's like Tamika said, sometimes you can see things a little bit different when you're looking from the outside, especially from someone who's right there in it. So I'm not mad at her for giving Bridget advice. I think that as a friend, whether you are what's the word I'm looking for, whether you know all the deets, like whether you are a scholar at it, I guess you say, is another word I was looking for, but I couldn't find it. In other words, whether you are like class A, know everything about it, I still feel like she's been in a relationship, so she knows. She still has the credentials. That's what I was looking for. She still has the credentials to be able to say, hey, girl, no. Because, and then think about it. Bridget is low-key saying, I'm trying to have a closer walk with the Lord. And yet, her and Vaughn is over here living together. And to top it all off, Vaughn is, well, never mind. Not too much on Vaughn, because y'all know I love me some Pierre. Not too much on Vaughn right now. We're gonna have to give it a little time. I can't go in on him right now. I gotta wait till he at least show up in the screen.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get him.
I don't really care for the idea that people can't speak on something just because they're not currently in that position. Because, okay, she may not have a man, but she does know her friend. And she knows her friends' patterns and the types of relationships that her friends get into. I also feel like you don't have to be in a relationship to notice a dust ball. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if somebody's not good for you, they're just not good for you. You can still speak that as her friend because I care about you. I'm telling you this, and now in all fairness, again, it depends on the friend, because maybe every friend ain't the kind of friend where you can tell them your thoughts about it. Sometimes you got to be like, okay, hands off. She grown. She gonna do whatever she want to do, and when she ready to ask for some advice, she will. But in this particular case, I feel like, I mean, maybe she was justified based on, Bridget's history. I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll see.
Yeah,
I feel like what we see on everything. We don't see
yeah, absolutely.
differently.
Because it's just first episode in, and we're definitely going to get to experience or get to learn a little bit more about each of these characters. But I do one thing I do, even though I didn't feel like Bridget. I mean that she had the right. Tiffany had the right to like be in her conversation, but I do like the fact that Bridget was a little bit receptive to it. So it wasn't like she was just like, "Oh, don't talk about me, girl." What she didn't dive in like that. She was a little receptive to hear just enough to be able to say, "Okay, I hear you now. Let's talk about something else other than let's just not say anything at all." So, I like their dynamic, but again, this is the one that tells all the secrets and she has to share her stuff too, so that make it a little bit more easy for people to hear. But this right here, y'all, if you're missing something in your life, you need to call Hakeem, baby. That's all I'm saying. EJ, I'm gonna let you
Girl, I'm so mad at this whole situation right now. Listen, I'm mad because I needed this to be Doc. I needed the real crossover. I was like, is this his fake name? Because I just want this to be in the same realm, like with Sistas. El Fuego is El Fuego, dang it. So I was a little thrown off with this, but at the same time, it was giving me Doc/Bolo feeling, so I was good with it. This right here, it was crazy to me. And just so you know, if you looked at this on BET, you didn't get the full version of it. You had to go to BET Plus to get the full version of everything that went down. They had to cut a little bit out of there on the BET side of it. So, but you know how they do. But I don't know. I thought that this was interesting, and I feel like we gonna see a little. We might get to see a little bit more of Hakeem, quote unquote. I got to get used to that. We might get to see a little bit more of him, but I actually like the dynamics of them together. And every time Doc/Bolo/Hakeem, he gonna give you a scene. All I kept seeing was, listen, all I remember is All the Queen's Men, season 1, episode 1. And that one scene was enough. It had me hooked, and I was like, yep, love him. He can't do nothing wrong. So when he be doing that stupid stuff, but you know what I'm saying, but he can't do nothing wrong in this area. So I already knew what he was coming to do. I was here for it. With his what's that? What's them things? Sweatsuit with his sweatsuit. Always good for a damn tracksuit or whatever you call them things. Always gonna have one on. But anyway, go Hakeem. Okay.
But Tamika, did you catch it when she slid that hand when he slid her hand all the way down his leg? She put it all the way back up.
I was confused with this scene at first, though. I did have to run it back again. Me and EJ was here because I said, this ain't Doc. Doc just using another name because it was very much given Doc. But the fact that he seemed like he was a little confused at first. He was asking too many questions for her. She wanted to get right into it, which I ain't blame her for that. But he also was like, I want to make sure ain't no damn man about to be chasing me up out of here. I was laughing at that part, but I said, oh, okay, I'm not mad at it, but we sure this ain't Doc.
Okay, that's all they needed to do was make it Doc, and that would have just been like the icing on the cake for me, because I would have been like, okay, Doc, I see you. But you know.
But we remember that Doc is dumb. So no, he was okay. So I was thinking like, okay, so is Hakeem a code word for Kenny? Is this the smart version of him? Because he was giving smart. But all I'm gonna say about this scene is when Naomi talking about I'm like, I'm scared of her. Because when she kept saying deeper, I was like, oh, well, damn, girl, no, ma'am.
That right scene right there. Yes. And that's
because maybe I was thinking
about you coughing, you choking the hell out of me.
Like, girl. I don't like to get it on screen, y'all, but yeah, that part that flew me when she was pulling that thing, and I'm like, well, dang, how much people you want him to go? Like, girl, we know what this man working with.
Thank you.
Maybe
That's what I said.
in this aspect, maybe Hakeem is his escort name. Maybe that's his escort name. So maybe we might
I
get
hope
Doc
so.
that come up out of there, because he know how to access websites, and use a fake name to get on the internet, and hey, if you need some help, call me. I got you. I'll handle that man for you. So he sound like he's trying to do some dangerous things.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what it's gonna be like, Tika. I feel like for continuity purposes, they got to. If you crossed over Sisters and you brought the real people in Sisters, like I'm talking about, like El Fuego, because that's the one we seen. If you bring him in there as El Fuego, you gotta do the same thing in this. And I'm just hoping, because he was just giving Doc, like he literally was giving Doc with a different name. It felt so Doc, and we know that they will do something strange for a piece of change. We know how these fellas are. So, I'm just hoping that that's what it is. I guess I was just so intrigued by the fact that, it was Doc, that I wanted to hear the word Doc come out of his mouth. But he said he got a bunch of fake profiles, so maybe this his his escort name. Go Hakeem. Hey.
Anybody else? Any thoughts? Did everybody?
Bolo, but when she pulled that gun at him, girl, I said, and then when he he said we both like that. I said, oh, I don't know, something about this scene was a lot. I was enjoying it.
Yeah, it definitely was a lot, because he was over there. Go ahead, do what you gotta do. I was like, okay.
He done licked the gun and everything.
Right, exactly. Licking the gun.
I,
I was like, okay, then, freak, nasty.
okay,
But
Okay.
she broke him off. She broke him off with a bigger stake than where he was actually, supposed to be paid. So he definitely did his job. She was just ready for him to go, and he didn't want to go because he's trying
Right.
to figure out what else he could get up from out of this situation.
Okay, talking about you stink, but you was just riding that thing like a rodeo. Stop playing. He must not stink that bad. I said, oh, Naomi gonna be a piece of work. I see that now.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna be cussing her out like a lot, but then at the same time rooting for her. It's gonna be a weird situation. I already feel it.
So, all right, ladies. So since we are on the conversation of, we have met, of course, we have met Geneva, as well as our girl right here, Naomi. And I just want to know, are we going to investigate or we going to act up? So I have 3 different scenarios, and I just want to know what you guys would do in that situation. And at the end, I'm going to tell you guys who you are in regards to the whole divorced sisters world. So here we go. Let me see. Let me make sure I got this thing up right. Okay, so your man, your significant other, whomever, is a late night texting type situation. He frequently receives texts late at night, and when asked, he quickly changes the subject or claims it's just work related. Let me get the words right. So you gonna investigate first, or you gonna act up? And we can start with, I'm gonna just tell, well, I ain't gonna say what I'll do, because the people probably come knocking at my door to lock me up. But we gonna go down Letitia, EJ, and then Tamika.
I'm gonna investigate first.
Yeah,
I don't know how I'm gonna investigate first, but I'm gonna investigate first.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna investigate too, because most people got their little face thing on their little phones anyway. So I'm definitely gonna investigate. I'm gonna figure it out whether or not I have to go and pull them text messages from the phone log of it, just so I can see like what the number is. That's what we're gonna start there first. Okay. Especially if I don't want to actually be that person and go through your phone, because I really hate I don't like doing that, like go through people's phone thing. But I will be that person that will go around it. Like I want you to dig yourself in a hole. Let me go ahead and get all the stuff, and then talk your way out of this. Let me know. But I will go find out, because I mean, it ain't nothing to get the numbers for them text messages. And then now, shoot, shoot, I'll be texting them too. Work.
I know, but there's new laws out here though, and it ain't worth that. But there needs to be a third option.
Oh my God.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that after we go through these little 3 slides real quick. Because I had a feeling your third option might be a little dangerous. But Tamika,
yeah, I'm probably gonna investigate first. The investigation is always gonna be going on, but it also depends on what day you catch me on and then what you saying and how you looking, because I might act up. But yeah, I'm with the ladies. I'm gonna investigate.
Okay, so in this scenario, he starts going out with friends more often, but is vague about where he's going or whom he's with, leading to increased suspicions about his loyalty. Y'all acting up, and y'all going to investigate.
I'm investigating with an air tag. Okay.
I'm investigating, but I still got a third option.
Girl, I need to know what this third option is.
Tamika, you gonna act up or investigate?
Yeah, I might have to act up. You might have to leave the house for a couple days since you want to do be absent on my time now.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Last one, ladies. Last one. He begins taking extra care in his appearance, including new clothes, a change in hairstyle, or wearing cologne. And I mean, I'm like, he gonna either get a haircut at this point, or he gonna go ahead and get him a piece put on his head so he can look a little younger, or whatever the case may be. You know why they do it. Or wearing cologne more frequently without a clear reason. Investigate or act out. Y'all can just act up. So y'all can just yell it out.
I mean, I'd investigate, but I mean, I'm not sure if there's much to investigate on this. Depends on the scenario.
Listen, TP did it best in Why Did I Get Married? We saw what happened when old girl started taking a little bit extra care with her clothes. You just wait this one out. This is not an investigate situation. This one is one of those things that's what's hidden in the dark is going to come to the light. It's going to come to you. All you got to do is be prepared and be ready and be looking and be vigilant, because the time is going to come eventually.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's much for you to investigate. I think it's pretty much going to be clear as day.
Okay. All right, ladies. So if you said 3 times that you would investigate, you are officially connected with Geneva because you got that investigative trait in your life. If you said nobody said act up 3 times in a row. That's me though. I'm gonna act up. So I guess I'm the only Naomi on this panel. But if you said act up one time, at least one time, or I said at least one time, you literally a combination. You got split personalities. You Geneva as well as they are.
Oh Lord.
So Letitia, what is your third option?
That third option is that matching the energy, because you disappear, I disappear. You texting late at night, I'm texting late at night. And the third one, again, because it could have been something like we both could have been like, oh, okay, you know what? We really need to step up our game. We've gotten kind of lax or whatever. Maybe we were both doing it. So, I mean, I'm not ever mad at the brother getting a haircut. You know, men like to look good too. But I agree that if it's for something very unclear and all of a sudden it could be some extracurricular activities. But yep, that's something we can wait out. We can see. But yep, I can match the energy with you. You ignore me, I ignore you. And my ignore game is top tier. I can act like you're not even there. So don't do that. Don't do that disappearing act. I don't like that. That's just no.
But
But if that's what you want to do, then we can both do it.
Okay, matching energies around here. I like it because that's petty, and you know, petty is the name of the
Mm.
game.
If I got to wonder, then you can wonder. That's all I'm saying.
We all got one up in this mug, okay?
Mm-hmm. Period.
Well, replay
Period.
game. Make sure y'all answer the questions. Let us know so you can come to we can figure out if you just gonna act out or if you're gonna just investigate. So with that, y'all, we are coming to the end of the episode and we see Pastor Rasheda, therapist Rasheda, book writing Rasheda. She in there talking to this young lady, and this young lady is saying how she just living this life and she just so apologetic and she just want, how Jesus was judged and all this other foolishness that the girl got coming out her mouth. And Lord have mercy, the baby said, will you forgive me? And she's like, what you forgive you for what? What did you do? Oh, I slept with your husband. And all I want to know, ladies on the panel, what would you do? What would you do? Anybody?
Woo-wee. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm.
Hallelujah.
We at the church house.
Okay. We at the church house. Gotta remember where we at first and foremost. Who's the saints up in here? Listen, I gave Rasheda permission to snatch her, but I said no. I said because that's the problem. We always want to go snatch on these females first, but she just right there being all girl. The audacity for you to come give me counseling and for come get counseling from me and tell me that you sleeping with my husband. I don't know whether I want to take that as a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know if I want to take that as shade or like me outing, like I want more of him. So now I'm gonna tell you because he ain't gonna tell you. I don't really know how to take it is the problem. So I think I would probably be angry at the moment, but I just know me. I have a calm energy and a calm spirit. So and if I'm at church, I'm probably not gonna act up right there. I probably am going to take the time to think about it because everybody here knows the one thing that I tell y'all all the time was not going to happen on me. And if I can prevent that, then listen. And in this moment, that would be one of the moments, and it wouldn't be worth it to me. I'm telling y'all, I'm not going to jail for nobody, not ever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say we need to pray about it. Let's go ahead and pray because clearly she needs some prayer because right now we praying for both of us. We praying that I don't do nothing stupid and we praying that don't nothing happen to you. Okay, so let's just pray. That's what I would do. I'm praying with her. We finna pray this out.
No,
That
ma'am.
baby gonna need more than prayer.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pray with her, but I feel like people that are bold enough to make a confession of that magnitude, they're also bold enough to hear a response. And so, get the hell out of my office would be the first thing. Because first of all, you bold coming into there for what did you think would happen in this case? And also, I'm not a fan of like I'm not fighting over no dude. I don't care if he is my husband. I'm not ever doing that. So, and when I feel like men that put you in that position or women, whoever, if your significant other put you in that position, then that person can have you. They really can. What paperwork do we need to sign? Because I'm not getting ready to fight. That's just doing too much. And like I said, remember I was said earlier about you couldn't pay me enough to be a first lady. That him talking to her crazy at the table was just one of the reasons. This is one of the main reasons. Women always come after the pastor. Always. I have seen it so many times. And they will be bold, sit right there in your face at church, talking to you, being nice to you, trying to mimicking you. I've seen it all. I would be making my way out of that relationship and out of that church, depending on what. But you know what? If the church was paying me though, I might stay on. Because I'm on the payroll. Because you're not gonna mess up my paper, but you're not about to embarrass me like that again. But we can play same thing. You embarrass me, I embarrass you. You know what I'm saying? We can play the game. But my first instinct would be like, get out of my office. Like this is over, because at this point I can't even comprehend talking to you. I'm not about to pray with you. I'm not about to talk this out with you. You gonna let me process and then go find yourself another therapist.
I'm getting all the info I can out of you for the person that I really got the problem with after
That's
this.
what I need. I need the info. Since you don't put it out on the table, I need you to go ahead and tell me everything else, honey. Spill the daggone beans. I'm not praying with you, and I probably wouldn't want to put her out so that I don't knock her damn head off. But at this point, tell me everything. And where was the husband leaving to go to? Because we could go ahead and ride over there and meet him, or if he was coming right back to the church now, we could all three have this discussion and get it popping.
Tamika, he was at the city council meeting.
Yeah, the city council meeting, right? I'm like, girl, how you come in here? And the way she was just like, oh no, I think maybe I made a mistake. I need to leave. And are you gonna forgive me? No, girl, I'm not. I'm not about to forgive you about nothing. But you could go ahead and, since you came in here, and tell me every daggone thing else that happened. When did it happen? When did it start? Like, that was crazy.
Yeah. But I had
a feeling that's what she was gonna say, and I feel like Rasheda already knew, but probably didn't know who it was. Like, she already was having her feelings, which is why she's already in the space that she's in, but we didn't know why. Because a lot of times you pick up on the stuff, you see, what's happening, what they putting down, but you may not have all of the info. So now you done confirmed what I've been feeling. So go ahead and tell me what it is.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
Did anybody else think that Pastor was gay? Because that's what I thought no, let me tell you why. It was because of so I felt like that he was having an affair, all right, but I thought it was with the dude that was being disrespectful to her. I must have laughed my behind off when we made it to the end of the episode. I said, "Oh, I read that one wrong."
Well, EJ, you may not have, because pastors that are having an affair aren't just having an affair with just one.
Listen, maybe Pastor getting around. We don't know.
Because that's what I thought. I said, "Oh my
gosh." I did know of a pastor, and anybody could get it. Well, so I'm just saying, so you could still be right, EJ. But my question for y'all, like, okay, so what you gonna do with that information? Okay, she could tell me all the information, but honestly, I don't care that much, because, like, I'm not getting ready to do anything with it but divorce him. Unless it's something I could use against him to get my money. I don't care how he's done it, all that other kind of stuff, because, girl, you're wrong, she's wrong, he's wrong, and I don't want this no more.
I'm gonna play a person out though, like, because I'm gonna let you get caught with it, because the one thing about it is that anybody can come and tell you anything, and not saying that she's not credible or that she's not telling the truth, but we really don't know. We really don't know if it's a situation where she's tried to come on to him and he has rejected her, and now she decides that she's gonna come up with this. I mean, people do all sorts of weird things. That's what true. I'm doing is I'm taking your information, and that's why I'm okay with praying with her, because we both don't need prayer. We gonna need for me to pray for patience. We gonna need me to. It's gonna be a lot of reasons why we need prayer. But being serious though, I personally am gonna take the information, and I'm not saying anything. And I really feel like this is what Rasheda is gonna do too. I really don't think that she is going to say one word. I think she is going to play this out and watch. And that's what I would do. I would watch. And now I'm paying attention to everything, any type of little things that seem out of place. And then when I just catch you because I'm going to catch you, because that's what the name of the game is. I'm going to catch you. Now that she done gave me this little bit of information, if it's true, I'm just going to go ahead and catch you up so that you can't say, no, it's a lie. Because, that's the first thing everybody wants to say, it's a lie. They just want to do. Nope, let me go ahead and you don't lie yourself off of this right here, because when I see it with my own two eyes, there's nothing else that you can say. And when I'm walking up out of this mug, there's nothing you can say, because look, and I gave you the benefit of that. I didn't just come straight to you and go straight into divorce court. I I saw it with my own two eyes. And I would just believe that people should see things instead of always just believing what other people have to say. I believe in listening. Not saying that I don't just believe you 100%, but I listen to you, take your information, and then apply it. And let me find out myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I would do.
Yeah. But y'all, the end of the episode, and that first episode right there definitely makes me want to watch the second episode, which is going to actually stream this Thursday on BET Plus. So for those of you that are out there listening and prepared to check out, you'll be able to watch 2 episodes total this week on BET Plus of Tyler Perry's Divorced Sistas. With that being said, y'all, we're about to wrap this thing up. And I just saw Tamika, you got a live girl that you're supposed to be going to. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and let everybody know what you got going on. And then we'll go around the room, Tamika, Letitia, as well as EJ. Wrap this thing on up.
Yes, I'm about to go and join Inga and Moochie for Godfather Harlem, another show that I love. And that's it for now. Just keep your notifications on, and thank you, ladies, for letting me join y'all for the Divorced Sistas. I think I'm gonna like this one. I'm looking forward to episode 2 and what else we gonna get. How Rasheda gonna handle this and everything.
Hey, okay.
Yes,
all right.
indeed. Yes,
Thank you for being here, Tamika. And I'm gonna say this real quick. Every time I see Deatra Hicks, I think about you, girl. I don't know what it is. Y'all got that voice. But every time I see Deatra, I'm like, does she sound just like Tamika?
Really?
Yes.
She can sing her butt off too.
A clip.
All right, y'all.
Good night.
Good night.
Night, Tamika.
Okay, so I am just now, I had to take a little bit of a break. So I am back. I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for the invitation. And this was the perfect show to come back to. I do have some shorts out there, and I will be returning to them for Beyond the Gates. Because I can't do full recaps every day, but I can do a 3-minute short about it daily. So check those out and just keep your notifications on. I appreciate you.
Cool. So glad for you to come back on through. Give us that commentary because I know you're going to give us that love and relationship type stuff. So it was a good thing to have you here. So shout out to EJ for bringing us all together. And EJ, what you got coming up?
Yeah, so probably right after this, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get my review together. I did a review for this, but I didn't like it, so I'm gonna redo it. So I'm gonna do that, and then I just did. I've been doing a retro over Power because for some reason I just wanted to go back to the beginning where it all started. So if you want to just take a listen to some of my thoughts over Power. This is the OG Power. I just dropped episode 2. I literally just started this, so I'm on episode 2 now. And I just dropped. We had the Shy Live discussion, the Mother's Day episode. So definitely check that out. And then I also dropped. What did I drop on? Sunday. Sundays I do the Family Business Sundays, y'all. So now every Sunday you'll get a video from me about the family business. I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's always just something. A lot of you are asking me for off-season family business content, so I'm trying to make that happen. So I just dropped the video about the production being done on the family business. So excited about that. And y'all already know Club Eden is about to come back. We are so excited. Y'all know Tika and I host the live virtual Club Eden. So that is going to be back in effect in July 24th. Madam is coming back. And I got to reinvigorate my audience and to get us back together. So I'm going to be dropping a bunch of All the Queen's Men content starting here soon. So be on the lookout for that as well. Other than that, keep your notifications turned on. I do have another little segment that I'm going to be dropping soon as well. So hope you guys will enjoy that. That's it for now.
You don't want to tell them about your other channel, EJ?
Oh, girl, I forgot about I've been forgetting about it. I actually do have like another channel. It's like a motivational channel. So if you need some motivational, need some lifting up, all that good stuff, then definitely check it out. It's called The Soul Still Speaks. I'll have to drop it. I'll drop it on my community tab if y'all are interested in it.
Yes, definitely, y'all. Definitely go check out that Soul Still Speaks, that inspiration. I was like, okay, EJ, let me find out you're trying to get in somebody's pulpit with these lyrics on these songs and these visuals. And girl, you had my heart like, oh my God. But yeah, it's a great thing, EJ. That's a great thing. It's gonna definitely help somebody. I don't know what your intentions were when you created that, but it's definitely gonna help somebody. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. And definitely make sure y'all check out everything that Letitia has going on. We already said, of course, EJ, definitely. Thank you, EJ, for the amazing intro. Of course, that's the intro queen. And so thank you so much for that. And just for me, y'all, like EJ was talking about, all the Queens Men Virtual Club Eden is back, baby, July 24th. So you will see a few videos of, just talking about the return and whatever they've got going on. I'm doing something different. A lot of people don't really know about it. A lot of us don't know about it, but I'm talking about the Black Dagger Brotherhood. They got some sexy vampires in that thing, and I'm just like, oh, flavors of the rainbow on TV. But Black Dagger Brotherhood, I'm loving what they're doing. It's based off of novels or books by J.R. Ward. She's been writing forever. And so, she's doing such an amazing thing. And that's what I talk about on Thursday. So when I say I'm double booked on Thursdays, I'm literally double booked. So I may have to just make those as pre-recorded videos for y'all and just upload them. And then, of course, we got to talk about the boy Sistas. And I was doing stuff on Sunday, but I'm hating my I'm so cluttered right now. I gotta break it down. But that's about it, y'all. That's about it. This has been amazing. This is always fun to get together with ladies and just have conversations. It don't have to be a battle when we talking. I love this group of ladies because we are able to hear each other. We're able to, get the word, get our message across, how we feel about something. And yeah, we may not always agree on every single thing, but it's okay. That's the maturity level of this group. We know how to agree to disagree. So thank you everybody for tapping in, tuning in, hanging out with us. And y'all just stay locked in, hit that like, share, and subscribe button on all channels, as well as Tamika's Den. And y'all check out this dope outro, and y'all have an amazing night. Stay ruthless.
We cry together, we try together, even when our hearts are broke. We ride together, don't need no fairy tale, just real love. And I